The power of fashion and beauty is undeniable. A person's aesthetic can convey identity, culture, and values. And the power of the fashion and beauty industries is vast, with both positive and negative consequences. Cara Bartlett is deeply aware of those impacts, a maker from a young age.
I always made my own clothes growing up from the time when I was like in 4th grade. How is the influencer?
The founder and CEO of Veta, a sustainable clothing company that started in South Boston, Bartlett has educated herself on the ethical concerns related to the creation of clothing, who is making it, and how it's made.
Fabric starts as a fiber, generally. Step 1 is what resources are used and whether they're renewable. Then you look at how the fiber is turned into yarn. Some yarn requires a lot of chemicals. Then you look at the fabric itself. Does it require dry cleaning? Does it last a long time? Is it biodegradable? We have to look at every single one of those elements every time we design a garment. We got some new samples in.
And Bartlett goes to great lengths to make sure the hands creating each garment are in good hands themselves.
Initially, we started manufacturing only in the US. I wanted to be able to walk into a factory at any moment and to see how people were being treated.
With some detailing now done overseas, Bartlett does her research.
For those, I also went out and visited in person, but in addition, we require our factories to be audited.
It was a mass tragedy in Bangladesh that sparked demands for change in the fashion world, the 2013 collapse of a garment factory building called Rana Plaza.
I think that was a really galvanizing moment in the context of thinking about the issues of workers and their safety and working conditions in the supply chain.
More than 1,100 people were killed. Despite obvious signs of structural problems and complaints about the building, workers were compelled to keep to their routines. Nyenha Shea, a professor at Harvard Business School, researches global business ethics.
There's clearly a pressure to fulfill orders, and it's a very low-margin industry. In terms of the interests of people, it's hard, right? Because even though people report some of the concerns about the building, people still want to work.
1 out of every 6 people in this planet works somehow connected to the industry. With fashion, you're putting it on your body, but it's connected to so many other bodies to get to you.
Jennifer Verkamp is a professor in the fashion department at Mass Art. She says the rise of so-called fast fashion, clothing that's cheap and disposable, has been deeply harmful in many ways. Costs have been driven down.
You go into a fabric store and the yard of fabric is more than your t-shirt. How can that be? Someone's got blood on their hands.
Pollution and waste have gone up. The average consumer buys 60% more clothing than 15 years ago, but each item is only kept for half as long. Every second, a garbage truck worth of textiles is landfilled or burned.
We used to keep clothes, we used to hand them down. There used to be more value and craft in them that we wouldn't just think about throwing it away because it meant something to us. A few more minutes on this.
Verkamp has been teaching a course on sustainable fashion for nearly a decade now.
So all my denim is used. Morally, we need to take a step in a more anti-consumption direction, seeing the value in what's in your closet and looking at every item and saying not just, oh, that was a picture on Instagram so I can't wear it again, but seeing it as something, human beings made this, I bought this with money that I earned, I should wear it again and show it to the world.
Back at Veta, not only is sustainability and ethical manufacturing considered, but yes, consumption too. Bartlett's collections are based on 5-item capsules that together can create 30 outfits.
Most women in the US only wear about 20% of their wardrobe on average.
Responsible fashion can still be fun. On Veta's website, a quick quiz helps determine which collection fits your style.
Edgy!
That's right. Okay, I love this. The pants are so cute and they're so soft, and this is so snuggly, the sweater. And Cara, so this can be worn a totally different way.
So this whole turtleneck part unbuttons.
So now it looks like a different sweater, and it has zippers that are open. And I just learned this is a French tuck.
So you can wear this t-shirt 5 different ways.
This is basically what you're wearing.
Yep.
With no sleeves.
We took the sleeves off.
And it looks totally different.
Yeah. What we're trying to do is help women create a more thoughtful wardrobe in terms of more curated and also thoughtful in terms of knowing where it comes from and that, it had a positive impact on people and the planet.
Wow, Cara was inspired to start her company after watching a documentary about sweatshops and then kind of going through her own clothes.
Yeah, she found that many of the brands that she owns actually had violations as well. She says, consider using fabrics such as Tencel. It comes from sustainably harvested wood pulp, or organic cotton. She says a lot of times conventional cotton has or involves using a lot of pesticides. Also, it's important to note that a lot of this footage was shot prior to the pandemic, so you may not see a lot of people in masks in office spaces or in factories.
Coming up, first, you recycle the plastic.